Good morning, everyone. Today's lesson is going to be on dimensional analysis. Now, over on the right here, you see the 5 rules for dimensional analysis, which I will get into in just a minute. A couple of things that you're going to need is your conversion factor sheets that were posted in Google Classroom. So, what is dimensional analysis? Dimensional analysis is a systematic step-by-step way to convert to different units using a conversion factor. A conversion factor is a fraction. Okay, it is um, a metric unit that you can convert 2 different ways. Okay, for example, if you look here in the slideshow, 1 year equals 365 days. So imagine that as a fraction, 1 year over 365 days. Or we could use it as 365 days over 1 year. So we can reciprocate the conversion factors when we are completing these types of problems. And I'm sure you can think of many different conversion factors. For example, 12 inches equals 1 foot. So you could write that 12 inches over 1 foot, or you could flip it and put 1 foot over 12 inches. 60 seconds equals 1 minute. So if you were writing that as a fraction, you could go 60 seconds over 1 minute, or you could flip it and put 1 minute over 60 seconds. So if you take a look at that conversion factor sheet that I passed out to you, you will see that you can make each one of those into 2 fractions. All right. All right. So why are we using dimensional analysis and not just the metric bar like we've been going over? Well, remember, the metric bar is only for metric to metric conversions, okay, within a certain range. All right. But we use dimensional analysis to not only convert metric to metric units, but we can also convert metric to English units. For example, grams to pounds. Um, you know, miles per hour to kilometers per hour. All right. So miles is a measurement of English, kilometers is metric. So if we're looking at the speed equivalents in the United States to Canada, well, then we would have to convert. So let me go over a couple of different examples on how we do that. All right. So kind of follow along, but it is going to be important that you write down these 5 rules. All right. So let me go over them. The first rule: put the original over 1. So in each problem, you're going to be given an original, all right? And you're going to be asked to convert that to a different unit. But what we're going to do with that original is we're going to first put it over 1. As you can see here, I made it a fraction. The second step is we're going to insert a conversion factor. We're going to use our conversion factor sheet. Then we're going to cancel out any units. Just keep in mind when I get to this step, canceling out units, they have to be on opposite levels. In order to cancel, one is going to be in the numerator, one is going to be in the denominator. All right, so that is going to be a key concept later on so that we know which new unit we're going to be converting to. Then you're going to multiply the numerator all the way across. Then you're going to multiply the denominator all the way across. Remember, the numerator are the top numbers of fractions, and the denominators are the bottom number in fractions. Then we're going to simplify into our new converted unit. All right. So what do I mean? All right. Well, here in this particular problem, I have 240 milligrams, and I want to convert that to grams. So the first step is to put the 240 milligrams over 1. All right. That's step 1. All right. Very easy. Then we're going to multiply it by a conversion factor. All right, and this is what's going to go right here in this box. Remember, the conversion factor is the fraction. Okay, now I'm dealing with milligrams and grams. So I want to use the conversion factor sheet that I printed out or that I attached in Google Classroom for you to find one that has both milligrams and grams in it. And what I find is 1,000 milligrams equals 1 gram. So this conversion factor has the 2 units I need. So I'm going to use the 1,000 milligrams equals 1 gram. Now I can write that 2 different ways. Remember, I can write it 1,000 milligrams over 1 gram, or I can flip it and write it this way. So I got to determine which way I'm going to write it in this problem. Now, the one easy way to determine that is look at your unit up here. All right, because in step 3, in order to cancel out units, they have to be on opposite levels. So I want to make sure that I put my milligrams down here and my grams up top, because I'm going to be canceling out the milligrams. I don't need these anymore. I'm trying to convert to the new unit. So in order for me to get rid of milligrams, they have to be on opposite levels. So milligrams on the bottom means I put the 1,000 on the bottom and then the 1 gram up top. Okay, so this conversion factor is this one that I chose, okay, because I needed the milligrams at the bottom in order to cancel out. All right, so step 2 is complete. I inserted my conversion factor. Now I go to step 3. I can cancel out milligrams. I don't need them anymore. All right, grams, well, there's nothing here to cancel. That's okay. Remember, in order to cancel, you need 2. Since I only have 1, I can't cancel grams out, but that's okay. That's what I'm trying to convert to, so this needs to stay. All right, so now I go to step 4. Multiply the numerator. 240 times 1 is 240 grams, and then multiply my denominator. 1 times 1,000 is 1,000. And then finally, I simplify. Okay, I simplify. 240 divided by 1,000 is 0.240 grams. So my final answer, 0.240 grams. Okay. All right, let's do one more. Let's say I have 5.6 liters, and I want to convert that to hectoliters. Okay. So I want to convert liters to hectoliters. So the first thing I'm going to do is put my original over 1. My original is 5.6 liters. All right, so this is my original. Then I'm going to multiply it by a conversion factor. All right, now I'm dealing with liters and hectoliters. Okay, so when I look at my conversion factor sheet, I see that I have one with hectoliters and liters. So 1 hectoliter equals 100 liters. All right, so this is the one I'm going to use for this particular problem. All right, so we got 1 hectoliter equals 100 liters. All right, so remember, I can write that 2 ways. I can either go 1 hectoliter over 100 liters or 100 liters over 1 hectoliter. So I got to determine how I'm going to use it in this box. Well, since I'm trying to get rid of liters, the liters is going to go on the bottom. The hectoliters is going to go on the top. So again, the unit that you're trying to cancel out has to be on the opposite level of the original. Okay, so with liters on the bottom, that means I'm going to put 100 down here and 1 up there. I'm going to use this one. All right, so now I cancel out my units. I can cancel out the liters. Hectoliters, I have nothing to cancel it with, which is okay because that's what I'm trying to convert to. So now step 4, multiply across. 5.6 times 1 is 5.6 hectoliters. Multiply my denominator. 1 times 100 is 100. Then step 5, I want to simplify that. Okay. Okay, 5.6 divided by 100 is 0.056 hectoliters. And then I'm just going to transfer that right up here, 0.056 hectoliters. And that is a couple of examples of how to do one-step dimensional analysis. One step, one conversion factor. If you have any questions, refer back to the video and refer back to the 5 rules for dimensional analysis. We'll see you next time.